What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking in on week 2 of Cover the Line. This is on the Strive Network. You're probably listening on SoundCloud. Thank you for re-downloading the app. We know it's not the best.
You got to keep up with us weekly. We'll be back.
Absolutely.
Every week.
I'm here with my fellow talking head, Michael Pendergraft.
What it do? I'm back, guys. Y'all probably heard me on No Limits 2. We just uploaded that. We actually uploaded that today because we're recording this on Monday night.
Yeah, so you're listening. Well, we're recording on a Monday night. You'll be listening on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yep. That's
so if anything crazy, catastrophic happens between
if
now
anything
and then,
happens, if
please
9/11 happens on Tuesday, we don't know about it.
Please do not give us a slander. We were not ready for it. This is just everything we've got on Monday.
Yeah, this is on Monday, so if, like I said, if 9/11 happens on Tuesday, we're not being disrespectful. Okay, we don't know about it. It hasn't happened yet.
God forbid. So here we are in the studio, week 2. Reception on week 1 was, I liked it.
Pretty hot.
Yeah,
pretty hot.
Listening back, week 1 was a good pod.
I think we did okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for this show just because
I'm excited for all of this. Yeah, whenever we were going through week 1, part of me was like, I think we needed to work on the chemistry just a little bit, just because we hadn't even seen each other in 3 or 4 weeks. When we did
it had been a minute.
Yeah,
we hadn't even had casual conversation.
Looking back on the film, I think we did all right. We did okay, and we're back again this week. So the big thing in the news to me recently, what everybody's talking about is Joker.
You saw it. You saw it Sunday?
I saw it last night.
Yeah.
So I'm not huge into
comics.
Me
either.
That type of thing. But
exactly.
I do like The Dark Knight quite a bit.
Well, what was awesome is that movie didn't have to do with it.
It really, actually, it didn't have anything to do with it. But whenever I first saw Joker, by the way, we're going to have spoilers throughout. So you guys should definitely still listen to the podcast.
So maybe we'll put a timestamp in wherever you're listening. I don't know. Can you do?
We probably won't. But
just skip ahead until you don't hear anymore. Until you see it. But you should still listen anyway.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's been out. I think the rule is you get a week, and then
you get a week if you haven't seen it by then.
Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week. Just go out. Come on. Go out. If we've seen it, you got time.
I never go to movies, and I've already seen it.
Exactly.
So it does have something to do with Batman, and I don't know if you caught on.
No, yeah, it does.
Caught on to
someone who's also not that into it. Yeah. I caught a lot of story that, I feel was left out in the early films. Like when are you talking about the end?
No, the end too.
Where he gets
whenever he grabs the kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that
I didn't even catch on to that.
Like it's context, foreshadowing, all that stuff.
That
it ties into like the Dark Knight and whatnot. But
it does. Even
though it's not the same thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. It was. I'm not a wussy by any means. Okay.
No,
but I'm definitely like a free speech and like letting everything fly.
Yeah.
But the movie, to me, it was the rare moment where I feel like it was rated R, and I feel like there really shouldn't have been any kids in there.
Because and there were,
and there definitely were, and I'm like I'm not much more than a kid, and it was violent.
It's pretty dark. It hits some.
It was dark,
and I think that's why it's so controversial, because it's like this is the type of film that when it hits the theaters, it causes
things to happen. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought as soon as I saw it.
And when you're watching it, you know it too. You're like,
I know
wow.
it. I'll keep it 1 million with you guys. I started to get nervous towards like the last quarter of the movie that some shit was gonna happen in the theater.
Well, because it happened with with Batman,
and the theater that happened in refused to show the Joker.
Yeah, and it's not even like disrespectful for you to say that, because it's just reality. It's just what
I don't know what sparked it. Something sparked it, like whenever like he kept playing with a gun and like putting it to his head and stuff, and like he brought it into the show. And I thought about it. So we went to go see the movie at Live Oak.
Okay.
And so we're in San Antonio. Anybody listening? So
pretty killer theater.
Live Oak is a theater, and then City Base is another theater in San Antonio.
Yes.
Well, at City Base, when you walk through, they like check your bags, and they kind of like.
You didn't get bag checked?
No,
neither did
not at all.
I went to a draft house.
Yeah,
and same thing. We wouldn't even have to buy tickets. I realized I just walked right in, and I was like, man.
And it puts an interesting conversation in my head, because I'm like, I admittingly am pro Second Amendment and things like that.
Right.
But
But it's stuff like that that makes you think.
But it was weird because part of me was like, I would have felt safer like if somebody had searched, like just made sure. I thought about, I was like, wow, somebody like.
But I think obviously not to get too political. I think there's a line there though that you can be pro second, but still say, let's at least do it right. Yeah, exactly.
So that like got into my head, and what I didn't care about the film was I felt like it kind of promoted or excused like craziness and like people who are like sick.
I think that's what a lot of whether that was the intention or not, the reception, because I go back whenever I see something like that, I go back on like Twitter and I check like the feedback, the reception, and it's like, I think a lot of people take it as like desensitization to that stuff. It's like, it's okay. It's, and it's like, man,
like it's okay.
Overall, I think it's just a shaky. That film's just covered with like
dark,
crazy stuff that we don't want to talk about.
Severely dark, like, and it wasn't even like the movie was based on reality in the sense that reality in like everybody's lives, your life can be terrible. You can be having a bad day, but something good's gonna happen throughout the day.
Yeah,
or something good's gonna happen. In that movie, nothing good happened.
Right,
ever.
You're always hoping for that scene where they're in the
happens,
park,
like,
they're in the sun.
Yeah,
but it's all
the best thing that happened is when he didn't kill the midget. Like that was the happiest thing. I guess.
Where he actually opens the door for him because he says,
but he had literally just killed another
like
guy
with
like a pair of scissors before that.
Exactly.
It was like one of the most gruesome scenes in the movie.
That was one of the most like up and down points in a film. It's like,
I definitely thought he was gonna kill him.
Oh, no, because he sends him to the door knowing that
like,
he's not gonna get it.
And then he went up there and tried to grab it. So the fool was not even close.
I mean,
he's
he's like,
hey, could you help me get the door open after he just killed somebody?
Exactly. Yeah. This film scores very low in humor and lightheartedness. It's like
it was deep.
It's a 0.
It was deep.
It's a 0 in that category. I think. I mean, it's a not like I'm a film critic, but overall, is captivating film.
It kept you engaged,
no doubt. But not only that, it's the after. It's people
talking about it. Yeah. The actual acting from the Joker was incredible,
insane, and
it was like
people are very quick to like, you saw Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, Joker, and he was like famed. It's like the greatest Joker, and I mean,
he was dirty in that movie.
I don't think there needs to be a comparison. I mean, I just think that we've been blessed with better Jokers now than we have in the past, because I mean, filmmaking especially just has
gotten a lot better. Yeah,
it's a good era to be a film fan, and like you said, I don't even go to the movies at all, but
I don't either.
But you notice it when you see it, so it's like it's
so
very impressive.
Maybe I'm slow, but like I wasn't even thinking Bruce Wayne during the movie. Like I was not even thinking that at all. So that I realized Thomas Wayne, and then his son Bruce is the one that he grabbed.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about earlier when you said that there's a connection between all of it.
Because when I finished it, I was like, man, what did that have to do with Batman? That had nothing to do with Batman. And then I was talking to this kid in my class today, and I told him that. He's like, no, there was connections. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, remember when he grabbed that kid? You didn't catch
Bruce? It until after? Until somebody
a day after, yeah.
Wow.
I know, I'm a little slow sometimes.
It's okay.
And he told me, I was like, oh my God, because Bruce Wayne's parents got killed, right? And that they got killed at the end of the movie.
Exactly.
Like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
What he was saying, though, is I don't know comics, so don't come at me. But he was saying he thought it was weird because Joker was already pretty old. And then Batman was just a little bitty boy. So he was like, how damn old is Joker going to be?
And then how is he keeping up with Batman and all of his antics and whatnot?
Like, but the movie was just like, it freaked me out too. Like I'm freaked out about clowns like 1,000,000%.
Oh,
that was like the Purge at the end of the movie.
But see, a lot of people like that. Clowns have had a good decade with the Purge. Remember, it had like 3 movies. The Purge had like 3 movies.
Yeah. So
clowns have had a good
run.
It
sells well, but it's like it's so weird.
It's just kooky stuff.
Dude, whenever I kept seeing all the people with the clown mask on and stuff, it reminded me of when I went to San Francisco in 2016. Okay, and we were riding the Via bus to our room, and downtown San Francisco is not very friendly at night. It's pretty weird and it's pretty ghetto. And this guy had jumped on our bus, and he was an older guy. And I remember being so freaked out because he jumped on the bus and he had like he had like this weird makeup on, and he had like a big like Mr. Potato nose.
So it was
and,
intentional.
Like, glasses and like a big top hat, and he was just sitting there, and I was like, "This is so weird."
Well, especially when you're like 15, 16, 17 years old, you're like,
I was
what?
15, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so weird." Like I still would think it's like weird. I still feel uncomfortable.
I'd go to the far end, just to be away
like,
from it.
Like he got on and it was only on for a few stops and got off, and I was like, that was.
And the whole time
weird.
you're like, not moving. Yeah, it's freaky.
And
clown culture.
Yeah. So the movie definitely made me uncomfortable about clowns, but it was an oddly dark movie.
For what? I mean, once again, I don't see a lot of movies, but for what we have had in recent years, like it feels like wow. Bang.
It felt evil.
Nothing has hit me in a way that it's like, because I mean, then again, I don't see like the rated R stuff. I don't
see a lot of movies. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, A Star Is Born hit me hard.
You saw Star Is Born? I still never saw
movie.
it.
You've never seen it?
No.
God,
I know it was
incredible.
Like Oscar nominated, and it's a big deal. Lady Gaga,
Bradley
Cooper.
I love that movie. I had a crush on Lady Gaga for like a week after that movie. I was like, oh my god, I love that movie.
No, I never saw it.
See, but that movie,
I guess I'll have to, because
that movie had ups and downs all throughout. You know, went up and down. Joker was just like straight decline downhill.
You start down, you end down rock bottom.
Yeah, he got jumped by those kids. I was like, oh my god. There was like so many moments in the movie where I just cringed. Like, I just felt so uncomfortable because like he was such a loser.
And then there's tension in the theater.
Yeah,
like you feel it.
There was.
I had somebody in way in the back row. But it was like a group. They were doing it on purpose. And props to them for nailing the Joker laugh.
Oh my god, they were laughing like
that. In low moments in the movie where the audio kind of drops. Yeah. They were doing the Joker laugh.
Oh my god, you're kidding.
Doing the Joker laugh. Like, I'm not even gonna try it.
I wouldn't even try it.
But it's like kind of freaky. But
what made me cringe so hard is like I like stand-up comedy a lot.
Yeah.
And he was atrocious. Like when his little act or whatever he was doing, was horrifying. It was so terrible.
Well, it wasn't not just unfunny. It was like intentionally creepy, dark.
Yeah, because he'd always like laugh like once everybody else is done laughing.
Yeah,
and it's like this guy is such a freak.
But that's when you see like this dude is messed up,
super messed up. Because like he thinks he's like a real comedian,
right?
He's like, oh yeah, I'm a comic. You should come to my show or whatever.
Oh, to the lady in his apartment.
That's another thing that I was. Did you realize that all of that was a fantasy?
Yes, like 30 minutes of the movie is just
him imagining.
It's fake.
I knew it had to have been fake because this is another side note real quick. Have you seen Charles Gambino's Atlanta show?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Well, the chick, the clerk at the hospital.
Yeah.
And the other guy was in some trailers I've seen before, but like a bunch of Atlanta actors were in the movies.
Oh, so
shout out to Atlanta.
Oh,
but
in the Joker?
Yeah,
really?
The Joker, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And that chick, I was like, there's no way that chick's that weird.
Like that into this guy.
Yeah, into this weird guy.
Into the old guy who's crazy.
Crazy. Like when he just walked into her room and like just like started kissing her or whatever. Yeah. I was like, what? This is weird. There's no way this is real. And then she said that thing like, oh, I'm so glad those 3 pricks got killed or something. And I was like, what? This is so weird. And then I realized
he's just the whole time he's feeding into his imagination.
He was feeding into his imagination, and then he actually acted upon it and walked into her place. She was like, what are you doing in here?
Right.
And that also goes into I tend to believe that people who are like mentally ill or like sick, like you can imagine something so many times that you think it's real.
I think anybody can do that though.
You can lie
to yourself until you think it's reality, and then
you definitely can.
You like alter your own
reality. I feel like
reality.
I've probably done that before. I just can't remember. Like once you've told yourself a lie, even if it's just a little white lie, like just a innocent little white lie, just like maybe prevent somebody from getting their feelings hurt.
Then you just start it warps your
perception of reality.
Yeah, exactly. Your whole perception can change just off telling yourself something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think anybody can do it, and then that puts on a great visual of it, granted in the most extreme fashion imaginable.
Yeah. And it was like, wow, like that's crazy. Like it's to me the lie. It only seems crazy when you act upon it.
Yeah.
Because then the other person's like, what are you doing? Like, this is so weird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so that really threw me off. And, we've talked about this movie now. I think this is like 15 minutes in. We've been talking about it.
And this is rare because when's the next time you're going to see a movie and I see a movie
that we both think highly of?
Or I'm just thinking that we even see a movie.
Yeah. No, maybe
the same movie.
We'll have to schedule this a little bit so we can talk about it.
Yeah,
on the
next
show.
cool movie that comes out.
You need to see A Star Is Born. We can still talk about that.
It's still pretty new. Yeah, I think we could do
that
it.
That movie's incredible. I could talk about that movie for hours.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's pretty cool.
And Bradley Cooper went off in that movie.
Even the music from the movie
was hard.
Well, it's on like the radio. It's on everything. So
that was a good movie. I would say.
Is it musical first and then movie or movie?
No,
first?
movie first.
Oh, movie first.
Musical.
Okay, because I didn't even think you would hang with the musical like that. Probably
the music was fire.
Yeah, if the music,
it was definitely a movie first, all day movie first.
Oh, okay.
I don't know musicals like that.
That changes.
Like every time you'd be like a young kid in elementary school and you start watching a musical, it's like, really again? Like, why are they singing?
Yeah, from
like,
the get-go.
In a random sentence, they'll be like, "Oh shit, I need more water." It'll be like, Penelope, I love you so much. I love you so much. And then they're like, now
adds so much corniness to the thing.
100 guys come out of nowhere and they're all dancing. It's like,
they're
this
all
is
in like
so
uniform
whack.
and contact. Yeah,
I know. It just destroys me.
Let's take a pause for Mike's water break.
My water break. Yeah.
Mike needs water. Can we get a sponsor for Mike's water break?
If Niagara wants to come through with a water sponsor or any water brand, actually, like you guys
are Dasani, Aquafina.
You get a lot of rep in our podcast because I'm just like taking down bottles.
Put bottles on the table.
I'll put it right here. You know what I mean? So everybody can see what's going on.
Excellent brand placement.
Yeah. So we kind of dived into Joker for a minute, and honestly, somebody could probably make a 3-hour video just about it. Like probably break down everything.
It hit the culture like that, and then it.
Yeah, it did. And it was the rare moment where I felt like I was taking the side of like a snowflake. Because I kind of did. I kind of was like, oh man, like. And my friend in my class said that too. The first thing he said was, like, that movie kind of scares me with like what that could spark. And I thought the same exact thing. Because it's like, if somebody in the theater's watching this and they feel like a loser too, like, I feel like a winner and I always feel happy. But that movie kind of made me feel sad just for a little bit. I was like, can you imagine like what it would do to somebody who's really sad? Like, oh my god, like I might end it or whatever.
Yeah.
But
thankfully, no bad news has come out of that film.
And nothing, I pray to God, nothing ever happens bad. We don't want anything like that to happen.
Right. We're just here to speak on it.
We talked about this pre-show, okay? We went from Joker. We're going to take a hard pivot.
Something lighter.
We're going to change it completely. Something completely light.
Something a little bit more
Our guy,
casual.
Fellow Texan, Travis Scott.
Everybody loves him.
He's gotten big.
He's huge.
He, honestly, like, I didn't even know he dropped a pair of Jordan 6s. He dropped like those olive joints.
I didn't text you that night because I was up late, not knowing that he was dropping them at like midnight, and then
I didn't know.
Then there was a re-release the next morning.
Yeah,
I didn't get them obviously, or else
the shoes are beautiful.
Well, they're awesome, but also they were $250 up front, and now they're already
resell probably $1,200.
Already 4 figures.
Something stupid like that. Yeah,
insane.
He is honestly, in my opinion, I think if he changes his musical style throughout, he could probably be the Kanye West predecessor.
Right.
Because
there's a lot of strong ties there.
There is, especially amongst the sneaker stuff that I've been noticing.
Right.
I think Kanye was you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I kind of think I'm right. You know,
what do you
he
say?
was like the only rapper who wasn't an athlete that like made shoes big and like would sell out every drop and like had like this hype and buzz around him.
Yeah,
and
at least the first. But even then, I don't know. What's a signature drop?
Yeezy drop?
No, not Yeezy. Non-Yeezy drop from another artist who's not
Travis,
or just in general. Because I don't even know.
God,
like a big drop.
Kendrick Lamar dropped those Reeboks, but I mean they didn't like sell out or anything.
And then that was kind of like a one-off though.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of like a random little thing.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was just a little promo.
But Travis has kind of been going hard with the Jordans.
Yeah, there's a partnership there, and they're gonna go on that until it flames out, and it's not.
Yeah, I don't think it is either, because he's not even creating his own shoes. He's just putting his own spin on Jordans.
Yeah,
and they're selling out like crazy. Like he's got a crazy buzz right now. And I felt like Astroworld was the rare album, the very, very rare album that not only lived up to expectations, but like blew expectations out of the water. At least mine.
Astroworld was cool because it was awesome for the casual listener.
Yes,
But
and
hip
the
hop
actual
heads,
fans.
but hip hop heads loved it. They won a Grammy,
Right.
but nobody complained.
Did it win a Grammy? I don't even remember.
Pretty
I thought
sure.
it lost.
Pretty sure.
In the documentary, I thought, was that the Grammys he was at when he lost?
Then who
Like
won?
Cardi B or something?
Was it?
I think Cardi B won. Yeah.
It's Grammy nominated.
But who cares? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nominated.
Well, the
Who
Grammys
cares
don't
about the
matter.
Grammys, yeah.
But-
It was. It was the rare album.
Well, it got
like,
along with it crossed those two
normies
bridges
and actual like music fans.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know where I fall on that spectrum, but
I'm
doesn't
definitely
matter.
like a
It doesn't even
hardcore
matter,
fan.
'cause
But
when great music comes out, you just kind of know it. And Travis has been on like a hot streak for a while.
he has been, and like I'm the type of like music listener where like I am admittingly I listen to old music a lot. Like
Right.
a lot of people are like, I'll listen to something from last year. They're like, oh, you listen to old music.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Throwback.
okay,
It's
like
it's
duh.
2018 music. It's not a big
I mean,
deal.
it's good music. I listen to it. I don't listen to things that come out every week
because
because
if
a
it's
lot
not
of it's just
if
trash.
it's not good,
It's
why
like,
would you
whatever.
force yourself into
Yeah.
that?
And so I've been going back to his Birds album.
I love
a bit,
Birds
'cause when
Birds was greatly underrated at the time, I think.
It was trashed when it came out. They're like, oh, this
Yeah.
album's garbage. And
Well,
you get into that mindset, like especially me, where like everybody says something's trash, and so you're like, yeah,
and then
it's
you
trash.
jump on it.
Yeah, and then you listen to it yourself, maybe a
And you're
couple years later, and you're like, these tracks are hard. Like I don't know what people
Well,
are
it
saying.
followed up Rodeo,
Yeah, it did.
and Rodeo was loved. And
It was.
then,
It's
admittedly,
not as good as Rodeo, but
yeah,
it's still solid.
exactly. He hasn't had a bad. He hasn't flopped yet.
No, the little
No, what do you
The
mean?
joint he did with Quavo flopped.
Oh, I
But-
don't count that. I didn't listen to it. If I didn't listen to it, I don't count it.
Literally, I'm gonna say this live on the podcast just because transparency. I
Well,
haven't
right
listened to it either. Really,
That's fine. You
I
don't have
listened
to.
to
You don't have to. It's not.
the single from it. What's the single called? It's like the biggest song. What the hell is that?
Do not disturb, man.
Oh my god!
It's
on
probably the
MacBook.
computer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's all right. Sorry. No,
Sorry
you're,
about
you're
that,
back
guys.
on volume.
We respect the audience a lot. That
Yeah.
we'll try not to let that happen.
Yeah, maybe we'll cut that one out. It's all
Hopefully
right.
that didn't like kill their ears.
Well, because
I'm praying.
Yeah, maybe we can soften it.
Yeah, you
We'll
just be listening to your speakers. Ding! It's just gone.
Or car speakers. See, that's the
Lord.
worst.
I listen to most of my podcasts in the car, so
Got to.
hopefully that didn't happen to our car listeners.
Yeah, apologies.
But-
Apologies to car listeners.
Travis, and so this new single he dropped, Highest in the Room, it's only been a year and some change since Astro came out. You think he's
Yeah.
really coming to hit again?
With an album, a whole project,
Yeah. I don't think so.
I
I mean,
wouldn't
this would be
doubt
the
it.
time to do it.
I wouldn't doubt it. Well, there is a soft spot ready to accept a new album for Travis Scott because where's-
nobody else has been doing
where's
anything.
the music?
I want to know where Kendrick Lamar's at.
Well,
I
there's
wanna
no
know where he's
Kendrick.
at.
You got all the top guys have not released this year, and Yeezy, is like not dropping.
I know he's not dropping. I know.
Well, and then if anybody knows if he's dropping, it's Travis, right? Because
Yeah.
even after
They're tight.
that breakup or whatever,
They don't really care.
They
about
don't care
that,
about
though,
that.
You know what I mean?
for all we know, that's staged, and Tyga's
yeah.
probably in on it too. He's probably getting a check out of it. This is just it was clout.
Dude, how does Tyga get in that? I don't even understand that. I don't understand how that works.
I have to lay some game for you on Tyga right now.
I
Okay.
You're a Tyga fan, right? Oh my God, son, this is getting rough. on
Even
this
if
show.
it's not,
we're going in the trenches
even if
here.
you don't like the music. Okay, I was like 15 or 16 years old, and it was like MTV, VH1, something like that. He had this little show. It only ran for like a season.
He did have that little show, yeah.
You know what it is? It was basically.
Yeah.
It was basically. Let me break it down for you. Tyga being rich for 30 minutes. That's what it was. He was just. But he's funny. I think he's like. Now, granted,
I don't remember the show. I don't remember
my
what he
memory's
was like.
a little warped. Because maybe what I found funny then, maybe not so much now. But I remember I had to seek out that show weekly. I was like, I can't miss
You
it
kept up with it weekly?
because it was awesome.
Wow.
It was like I have to see this.
I listened to some of his tracks when I was like,
It was like
maybe, like, in
Tyga
sixth
putting a
grade.
giraffe in his backyard and then like
doing something random.
like gold plating a toilet. It's just like,
Yeah.
but
like a $500 peanut butter
so
jelly sandwich.
I now have
you
this
know?
thing in my memory of like I love Tyga, but maybe I don't.
I think I love water. I've gone through so many bottles of water just on this show.
I think this is bottle 2.5 for the show, maybe 3?
2.5, yeah. We're like cracking 2 to 3 bottles.
Well, I've only taken 1 sip.
Dude, I'm going to be buzzed off water by the time we're done with this. Holy
After
cow.
this, you're probably not going to go to sleep.
I shouldn't be. I'm definitely not going to be driving after this. I'm going to be done. High on water right now.
High on life, high on water.
Travis is an interesting figure right now. And this is. I've been listening to his music like crazy lately.
Yeah, well, it's
like right before
it's my first reach. Like, I open Spotify.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I want to go
Travis,
there. I want to go there.
Travis.
Yep.
Every time.
His replay value is just insane.
It never loses. Jeez. And it's awesome. You can play it in the car. You can play it at the party. You can play it anywhere. It's just like everybody loves Travis, and that's why he's like I think he's number 1. And I mean, with Kendrick's absence, right? You throw him to the side.
Like
lyricism, culture value.
I mean, like
sonically,
Drake's always up there just because he just does like stupid amount of hits.
Drake's still my number 1.
He's always on the radio with a new track.
Drake's still my
something.
number
I'm
1.
like, oh my god, Drake's back again.
My Drake stan will never go away. The Drake stan inside of me, it's never going away.
I'm like a deep hits Drake fan. Like I like all the songs that nobody else probably knows.
You like the
SoundCloud
joints.
If you're reading this, like that's my type of Drake.
Jungle, all that.
Freaking.
Looking back now, I can say that Views and
the More Life project were trash.
More Life.
Those were garbage.
Yeah.
And that Scorpion joint was trash too.
Don't hate on Scorpion.
That album was garbage.
Okay, I say that, but I haven't listened to that and since it came out.
Jeez, I did not want to listen to it again.
I think that's why he's on this like super long like break. Like
he dropped it last year. He hasn't been on that long of a break.
Was it late last year though?
It was like the summer last year.
Oh.
He dropped it and Travis just outshined him immediately.
Maybe
it was
that's
like,
how bad of a taste it put in my mouth.
It was admittingly kind of gross. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But he's been kind of hot with those singles he's got popping right now. But I think Travis is probably my favorite artist just currently right now.
Just to listen to.
Yeah.
Really good replay value. Really good. It's just whenever you go to play a track, he's got everything you're looking for.
I know. I can't even explain it. It's just like I find myself listening to it all the time.
Yeah. It's like his music has whatever they call like the earworm.
Yeah.
Where you're really replaying it in your head. You're like
you'll just be like, I'll just be sitting somewhere randomly and like a lyric will just pop in my head. And I'm just like singing the whole thing. I'm like, exactly. Wow, this is incredible. I'm kind of hoping though that he can maybe make a switch, maybe try something a little new, do something a little different.
Go off whatever he's
Hey man, he needs to make he needs to make his 808s now that Kylie left. Even though apparently I guess he was the reason why they left. I guess he had another
girl or
something.
whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't keep it
whatever
with it too much.
I don't keep up with it either. I don't really care. I mean, I like the music and that's
I'll take Travis's take on 808s.
I would too. I would just
slow it down. Bring it to another level.
Just like get real sad for no reason.
Then go off the grid. Yeah. Release it and
then just disappear for like a year, and then just come back red hot or something.
And then come back with a banger.
But he's still hot off that
Astro World, the festival's in a month.
They've had a lot of festivals, right?
Yeah, but it's because they did like a festival tour with it.
Yeah.
And then they haven't done anything recently. They're doing another one in Houston in November.
You said you were trying to go to that, right?
I'm trying. I don't know. Maybe we'll have some Strive Network coverage.
Some Strive Network coverage at the festival. Holy cow!
At Astro.
That would be what's up. We're gonna have to figure out how to do that because I don't think I'll be there. I probably should try to come at least.
It's November. It's November 9th. It's Saturday. It's in Houston.
Oh man,
you could trek it.
I could trek it for sure. I might just have to mic you up and just send you out there.
Maybe.
Like, all right, start recording, Spencer. Go.
With a camera and a mic.
Go get busy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I just think it'd be insane.
His shows are crazy.
His videos from his lives, his concerts always show up on.
I know they're
on like Instagram and Twitter,
insane.
And you're just like, wow.
Yeah. I know they're incredible.
It's crazy. As a performer, it's somebody you definitely want to go
and
see.
He's gotten pretty big pretty quick. Like you saw that video of him like 2014. Like nobody was there.
Owl Pharaoh.
Yeah, there was like 3 people in the audience. It was like somebody's dad.
What were those first 2 he did?
Al Pharaoh and the Days Before Rodeo.
Yeah, Days Before.
Days before he was bubbling a little bit.
Was insane.
Yeah, he was kind of bubbling a little bit.
It was crazy.
Then he came through the rodeo right after that, and it was just he blew up.
Once you have your rodeo, there's no looking back.
Yeah, there's really no looking back. But like to me, especially with music, like I feel like there's got to be that immense amount of pressure. Like once you drop something that everybody loved, like you drop the album, you tour it, and then you come back home. You take like 3 weeks off, and then you're like, okay, I got to do it all over again.
Now what?
And you're like, oh, now what? I feel like that might be
that happened. Well, that's like there should be a name for that for when they don't come back off of it.
Well, it's like
that
the
happens
sophomore
to
slump.
so
a lot of
many
times.
artists.
It's like the sophomore slump. Like your first record's like red hot.
Sometimes you give it everything you had in the first project, and then it's like back to the drawing board. I
got nothing.
I spilled everything. I put out a 20-track album and I have nothing left. That's when you just have to go back and just live some life and just find some stuff. So
that's exactly what Kendrick did, and I think that's where he's at right now. Like when he did Good Kid, Mad City, that was his life story.
So you have to go live.
And he lived it out. He wrote it out, and then he went back home after he had been famous.
Yeah.
And that's when he started developing like the Two-Bit Butterfly, and like now I'm back home and I'm successful, and what do I do now? And then that's when he just like he got stuck in his head and he just started going crazy.
It was for the better.
Damn was like to me kind of like his commercial break. Like his breakout in the commercial.
Kind of like Astroworld, though, because I think everybody still loved it.
A lot of people liked it for sure.
I think hip hop heads got along with it, knowing that it wasn't Good Kid, Mad City, but acknowledging that
it was still solid.
That he needed to get a big one in there.
Yeah, he needed some real hits.
Everybody needs a radio.
Yeah,
album.
you got the track with Maroon 5. It's like whatever, Kendrick. Respect whatever. I understand.
Shout out Maroon 5.
Oh God,
I saw them live. No, I saw them live.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you go to a concert?
It was free. Final Four in San Antonio.
Oh,
there was
you didn't choose to go to a Maroon 5 concert.
Oh no.
Okay, good.
I chose.
Right,
no,
cool.
no, I did.
No, you accidentally went to one.
No, I chose.
What?
Wholeheartedly. Saturday afternoon, I had nothing to do.
Really?
Maroon 5 is a few miles down the road.
Oh my God! Wow.
It was sick.
But I almost want to have a moment of silence on this podcast.
Moment of silence
for you going to a Maroon 5 concert on purpose
and enjoying it.
Mike,
I'll take you to the next one. I'll take you to the next one.
Holy cow! I mean, I might be hating a little bit.
You're hating.
I might be hating a little bit. I'm gonna take that negative energy out because this is Strive Network.
This is Strive. You can take that to another show.
I'm supposed to be positive. I don't even know why I'm hating on Maroon 5. I actually kind of like Maroon 5.
I know you.
I hate Maroon 5. It's all right though.
They got more hits than you know.
God, we were talking about Kendrick. Okay. I feel like maybe after it's been 2 years and some change. Even though he dropped the Black Panther album, and that joint was hard.
Fire.
I feel like he's coming soon.
Has to be.
He has to be. I know, but like there's got to be.
But the thing is, though, there's always like 2 times a year to release. Right now, I think is one of them. This fall transition to winter. I don't think it's gonna happen now. I think we're set for that spring to summer transition. Because they always want to get it in right before summer. That way, it's playing all summer long.
Get it popping.
Yeah. So I think we're still set for a wait, which is fine.
I'm just so excited.
I'm okay with waiting if it's good.
Yeah, but that like we were saying, like that pressure of like coming back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta restart.
And it kills so many artists.
I know, so many people just fall off.
Hey, we don't have to go. We don't have to go too into it. But while we're here, DaBaby, you listen?
No, I haven't listened to DaBaby. I like DaBaby though.
You like him though? Okay.
Yeah, I like DaBaby.
Okay, then you need after this. After we record.
We're gonna go into some DaBaby.
No, you need to listen tonight. Kirk. Okay. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. That's my wholesome reaction.
The only thing I know about DaBaby is I like Suge, and I love his feature on the Dreamville album.
It was great.
That's all I know.
It was really
all
good.
I know about DaBaby. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm gonna leave you with.
I also know that he jumped on Panini for no reason. Don't understand why that exists, but
that was all.
It was some clout for some promo.
Yeah, it was clout.
I get it.
It was good. I mean, it wasn't like doing that was bad. It was just, it was cool.
It was alright.
It was cool.
It was a respectable move, but holy shoot, we got pretty deep into the music talk. I think let's take a.
Sometimes it's just
Well, I don't want to dive into this. This is gonna make me sad. But I guess we'll talk about some football this weekend. I gotta adjust my mic.
Yeah, we got to get some. So last week we did. We got lost in basketball, and
we did. We got lost in basketball,
but it's so easy because basketball is just.
You can talk about a lot.
It's crack. It's sports crack.
Did you see that Joseph went to the Pelicans Spurs preseason game?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
I wanted to go. Is that bad?
That you wanted to go?
Yeah.
No, that's respectable. He said.
I think that's worse than wanting to go to a. So paying money to go to the, preseason Spurs game or free Maroon 5. What's worse?
You're going to see Zion and Zoe. You're not going to see. I wonder what the Spurs are doing.
Did he play?
Yeah, he played.
Okay, because see, the thing is, it's like betting with preseason games because you just never know.
Play? Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, I went to a Spurs preseason game one time. They were playing the Heat and Tyler Johnson.
So if you get Zion in his embryo stages of the NBA,
yeah,
that's clutch.
Yeah, he sent me a random picture of Zion
just being tanked.
Yeah, he was like running and he looked weird. And Joe was like, he said, "Yo, he just got blocked by Pirtle."
Pirtle.
I was like, what?
We're gonna have to give a running counter of how many times I say Pirtle this year because I'm a little bit of a
nobody. I promise you, nobody listening even knows who that is.
Come on, Spurs fans know. Spurs fans know.
God.
He's the guy who we got for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, that was a good trade.
Oh, and DeMar DeRozan, but
they actually got a championship. I'm like, long term, it was better for the Spurs and the Raptors, but the Raptors got a chip, so hang up the banner, and be like, we had a good season.
Yeah. That's forever.
And he sent me that, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Like he just like randomly went to the Spurs game.
Well, that's how I am. I don't buy like season tickets or anything. It's just like, hot teams in town. I'm gonna go.
My brother literally texted me. We're recording. He's like, "Yo, is it cool if I take a shower, or will you be able to hear it on the mic?"
What do you think? What's the verdict?
I'm just gonna tell him just wait.
Can Isaac take a shower?
Just wait about 30 minutes. You know what I mean? No showers. No showers while we're recording. All right.
No showers. Well, we've done better with voices in the background. There's nobody's talking, nobody's yelling tonight.
Yeah, we finally locked into a good studio,
I know. We're here now. So
yeah, last thing we need is him. She got the water in the background. It's like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
At least you have the courtesy to ask. Like, that's not I don't have a little brother.
That's a courtesy. I know.
But I know. But little
that.
brothers are like typically they get they're
little dicks.
The rep for like being jerks and horrible. So shout out Isaac.
My brother is a jerk most of the time, but he's actually being respectable.
Isaac,
he respects the craft, though.
Isaac, one day you're going to be on this mic with us. We're going to get you in the room.
Dude, this fool could be on the mic right now, but he's going to understand this eventually. If this goes for like a lot of people. I know a lot of you guys are like this. I'm somebody who I like the process of starting and building something. Like right now, like with this podcast, we're planting seeds.
This is the chase.
You know what I mean? No trees. We're just we got some seeds and we're starting to water them a little bit. He's the type of cat. Maybe it's because he's real young. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where like, if he doesn't start seeing some fruits on the trees, he's like, I don't care about it. I don't want to be in.
But you don't realize that, like in his defense, you don't realize that until you
until it gets big. Yeah. Yeah. He told me, like I was telling him, I was like, you do pretty good, like on the mics and doing some video work and taking pictures of us. And he was like, yeah, I'm just trying to see if you're gonna stick with it this time or you're gonna quit. And I was like, I bet.
Wow.
That's bet.
That's cold.
I know.
Well, you know what? Michael Pendergraft show did 4.
I did 4.
This is number 4.
This is the 4th show I've done in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
I'm eating right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have myself make a little toast to myself. I've been eating.
Yeah, you have.
And
that mic is hot.
These mics have been warm lately.
We've been giving them a lot of run.
I know. Like it feels good because like I bought these mics. And then I was doing a show.
Now they're getting insane.
And then they were literally sitting underneath this table over there for like a year just staring at me. They're like, you want to use these mics. And I was like, oh, I know I do.
For something.
And I thought about doing this. I was like, I need to just do it. I was like, but then I knew that, this is the No Limits. So we're not going to go into like some business talk or anything.
It's so easy to.
It's so easy to. It's like who I am. It's like on the inside. It's just who I am. It's like, I went from being a huge sports fan to a huge music fan to now I'm just like a biz. Like I just like I'm obsessed with this.
But what's so cool is that all that stuff just can go together.
It can go together, yeah. Because
we're gonna be. It can be your life.
We're gonna be in the studio chilling. We're gonna have some Travis Scott playing, watching the Cowboys lose to the Jets. We're gonna be like, it's gonna be life. We're gonna be living. And so oh my God, where was I? I lost it. Okay, so I was like, I know I want to do this, but I don't trust myself by myself. Solo. I was like, I'll quit. It's too easy to quit. So I was like, you know what?
Let's get some people involved.
I was like, my man Joseph on No Limits podcast, I was like, he's a beast, and he's a young businessman too. He's
been awesome,
and he wants to get after it, and he's a
Let's
monster on the mics.
I still haven't met Joe.
He's still we started a network, and the CEOs have not even met each other. And I also knew Spencer. I was like, I know he needs a podcast too. So I had the idea. I was like, you know what?
Just got to start.
All three of us, we're gonna start a network. We're gonna start recording now, and we're just gonna get after it.
Yeah.
And like I like it too because we can hold each other like accountable.
Super accountable.
So like maybe if there's a week, because this happens with life, like
I could not show up today.
No way. It would have been
both
blamed.
beyond me.
I know.
I would have been trashed.
That's what I love about like what Gary Vee does too. I know people listening to this podcast don't even know who Gary Vee are because that's not what we specialize in. But a lot of times people call into his show and be like, "Man, I want to start a business," and then he's like, "All right, me and all 3 million of my followers are watching you. If you don't do it, we're gonna make fun of you." And it's like I love that. Like, that's the type of pressure you need. And I think Joe kind of taught me that a little bit. He's like, you know what? Like, let's just hold each other accountable. And then I was like, you know what? Like, no matter what's going on in our lives, like, all I know is just twice a week. Me personally, you guys once a week now.
Just make an hour.
Show up, do it. Just like perform. Yeah. You know what? And like entertain.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's on the schedule.
And like, I'm gonna be like, happiness can apply to any podcast. So we'll get into this. Like, I've been so happy the past 2 weeks of just doing.
Well, this is only week 2, and it's like that. It's not even been a full week since
we recorded. Get a little closer to the mics.
We haven't even been a full week without recording, and it's like
I know. I'm
hungry.
It's a pace.
I just want to do it.
I know.
I just want to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Let's start another show.
I love it. I love it so much. And what I love too is I've been consuming podcasts and listening to them. Obviously, you guys are listening to this podcast. Maybe y'all think the same way I do. I listened to 3,000 hours of podcasts, and I was like, I like podcasts. Like, I could do this.
Right.
And then now I love doing podcasts, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I can do this too. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people enjoy podcasts. And so if any of you guys out there want to have a podcast, want to have a show,
this is the ad read.
This is the time where you can easily just create it. And you know what? You should create it on Strive Network. We need to pick up some cats.
We need to. There's just a lot. There's just so much. When you do it by yourself, it's just so hard to get it where you want it, take it in a direction you want to take it.
Yep.
But when you collaborate on
you feel a lot better. You feel a lot better.
Strive.
And I could easily be like selfish and be like, you know what? Like, I got this idea. Like, I'm just gonna do it. But then
it's just too many.
And let's say it's just a lot of work for one person to do. I was like, you know what? We can hold each other accountable.
Exactly.
Like,
you move it around.
They can do some shows. I can do some shows. We can all help edit and upload.
That's just too much. Too many ideas. Too much talent to like be sitting out there.
Be solo. Yeah, I know.
It's just burning away.
Yeah, and like I just want to be somebody like empowered people to do. Like, just do.
Yeah.
And like just make. Stop thinking. Stop being scared of posting. Create.
Execute.
You're gonna suck. You know what? If you guys are watching this video right now,
it sucks.
Chances are this video is gonna get about 3 plays in the first month, but if you're seeing it in 10 years from now, you're gonna go back and be like, wow, like I can't believe they started there. But that's just because we started just making and executing, and I believe in this.
Content first, quality later.
Content first, quality later, absolutely. And I'm so content with nobody listening, just because we haven't earned it yet.
So fine.
Like, we haven't earned it yet. Nobody.
I'm gonna post the link, but if you don't click it, whatever.
Yeah, and like we don't. There's no reason for people to click and listen.
No.
We haven't built any trust.
I mean, I'd like to think we're providing value, but
we're definitely providing value. There's fools right now that are like, I need to see Joker. Like, I have to. These fools talked about this. Like, I got to go see it.
Well,
we kind of
spoiled that.
We didn't spoil it that much, though. All we said was it was dark.
It's not even a film that can be too spoiled, though. I think it's just you take it for what it's worth, and it's a great film. Go see it, but
we'll dive into it again. Like, there's not even like any type of drop or like
no,
any
you're
type
not
of
waiting for something.
It's just a really somber, sad.
It's not like
ride.
Avengers. There's not an Infinity Stone you're chasing. You're just
the Joker is the equivalent
movie.
of like driving in like a 1989 Toyota Corolla that is just beat, and you're all by yourself.
You're just taking it in.
And the AC doesn't work, and
it's dark. It's at night.
It's at night. You're listening to Maroon 5, and you're just driving, and your car's like, brrr, and you're all by yourself.
You gotta leave me alone, the Maroon 5, man.
Like, the Joker's the equivalent of being in that beater, listening to terrible music, and you're like, you're sweating, no turns, you're just driving straight. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But, there's respect in that guy who drives that Corolla for that long. You know what I mean? It takes, hey, we all got to do what we got to do.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to get in that Corolla and then sit in it.
Yeah.
You sit in your Corolla. You bought this Corolla. You ride this Corolla.
Yeah, it's all you got. And
it is.
That's what the Joker is. It's just like a sad.
You know what else is like that?
What?
You know what else is like that?
What's like that? I do not. I'm not ready for this. I don't know. What are you gonna say?
Being a Cowboys fan?
Oh God, we're not gonna talk about the damn Cowboys. Why'd you bring the Cowboys up, man?
I just tied in with a moment.
The Cowboy. It's
Cowboys
deep, season.
Dark, lulling. Horrible.
Are losing streaks like the Joker right now?
Yeah.
But
okay.
Dude, we're gonna kick the Eagles in on Sunday Night Football.
Don't play. Your first 3 wins were.
They were against nobodies.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got excited for no reason. We did. We
Dak was about to get paid.
And people were like, yeah, he was about to get paid. And then we had to go to New Orleans, and they're like, I ain't paying.
Then you lost to Teddy Bridgewater. So
Teddy's like kind of dirty though.
He's got it.
He's good.
I mean, people forget he was a starting quarterback like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and he was winning games
before he like I don't even know what injury, but whatever.
He has a great record though as a starter in the NFL.
He's awesome.
And he was on the Vikings. Like the defense carried him, but I mean, I thought he was a good quarterback.
He's getting his shine now. He's going to be a starter again.
I think so too. He could easily start for Miami, Washington.
Either the 2 teams that we saw this weekend play each other.
Washington, the Tua Bowl,
the Tua Tagovailoa Ola
garbage,
whatever his name
Campbell.
Is. Tua.
Oh yeah, I can't.
He's got that weird last name.
I don't know what his
People
name
always
is.
forget about like Giannis's last name. It's
Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo. You could say it. I mean,
Tua is like Tagnavalia or something like that.
You don't even want to say it.
Yeah, no, you just say Tua.
You say Tua.
Yeah, the Dolphins and the Skins played in the Tua game.
Yeah.
And I thought about it.
That's also like being in the Corolla.
I said, I was there when the Lions went 0-16 in 08, and I was there. We were all there when the Browns went 0-16 a couple years ago. But to me, that Browns team almost won a couple of games, and like people for some reason respected the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins this year, Jesus, they're so bad.
They're just you can do with that.
Like I don't even keep up with football like that much. But before the season started, they were like, watch out for Miami. They're going to be bad this year. And I was like, what? And I saw the first game. I was like, God, they're bad.
They're bad. Yeah.
Jeez.
To anybody who has to deal with that, like.
Watching them every Sunday. Like,
actually. If you're going to the game, stop.
It's actually like comedy, though. It's kind of funny. Because they're so
Unless a hot team is in town or is a player you just really want to see, there's no reason to go to that.
I was like, the Dolphins are going. But they play the Jets twice. They haven't played the Jets yet.
There's still
beat
2
the Jets
games
once.
with the Jets.
Yeah, and I think they play the Bengals too.
They're not going to beat the Jets.
They might. The Jets suck.
They beat the Cowboys.
I know, but I mean, I'm just glad the Cowboys beat the Dolphins.
You're putting the Cowboys in a scary bad tier right now.
No, I still think we're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
But you lost to the Jets, and now the Dolphins can beat them.
God, every Super Bowl team has a bad loss during the year. You're like, oh man, like we came a long ways from that game.
Those bad losses are racking up.
The Patriots have had their bad. They've lost to the Dolphins last year.
That's different.
Well, that's a divisional rival, but
and the Dolphins weren't this bad.
No, they were. They went like 7-9 last year.
Yeah,
they were okay. I don't know why they went from 7-9 to
fall off
trash can.
It had to be intentional for Tua or
they're
these
tanking
big
for Tua.
stars.
But I think the Dolphins will beat the Jets once. I think they'll go 1-15.
Maybe we'll wager it. We'll do a podcast wager.
A podcast wager for what?
Ooh, just between me and you.
An offer on eBay for a Lacoste shirt.
No limits.
No limits talk. eBay flip game. Stay up on it.
Have to. Phone's on do not disturb, thankfully.
The Bengals still haven't won a game either.
That's sad.
I thought about it, and I was like...
You know who I love to listen to talk about the Bengals?
Who?
Or just Andy Dalton, their quarterback?
Yeah.
Colin Cowherd.
Oh, Colin Cowherd. He hates Andy Dalton, right?
He hates him.
Yeah.
He calls him the water pistol. The water pistol arm, because he's like,
jeez, he's such a
the most non-threatening quarterback in the league.
Nobody's ever been like, dude, we're playing Andy Dalton this week. Like, we got to study the film.
Yeah.
Oh, it might get rough with Dalton.
You know what he's gonna do. He's gonna stink it.
I'm kind of surprised he's still a starter in the NFL, but they were winning games for a while.
I mean, they had talent too. I mean, like, he's just not.
They did. They suck. They're just so unmotivated.
We're just reflecting on just bad teams.
I thought about it because when the season started, I was like, like the NFL's got. I was like, damn, we're running deep this year. We got New England, Kansas City, Green Bay, the Saints,
Kansas
the
City,
Seahawks.
Though, they've not been
No, they felt the Texans are good. The Cowboys are good. The Eagles are good. I was like, damn, the NFL's got talent this year. The Bills are good.
Man.
And then I thought about it. I was like, we got a lot of dumpster fires compared to usual.
Yeah.
We got Miami. We got the Skins. We got the
Skins.
Bengals. We got the Jets.
Raiders. Broncos.
No, the Raiders have been cool. They've been cooking. They beat the Bears and the Colts.
They beat the Colts? Oh, I just missed that then.
No, don't quote me on that. I don't know if they beat
the
Colts. I don't know. I think they beat the Broncos. The Raiders. The Raiders are okay.
They have some nice pieces.
The Titans,
but
good
I just
Lord.
can't take their John Gruden, the ESPN
John Gruden,
serious
I know.
at all. Like,
it's weird. The John Gruden thing's weird. I won't go into it. I want to go into this right before we end. I know we're like 50-something minutes. So we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Marcus Mariota, my lord, he got benched this past game.
Yeah,
they got that is the weirdest team ever because they stomped the Browns and then they beat somebody else.
Well, he was the experimental quarterback coming in because he played for Oregon and they did that
if you watch his film, his arm.
Well, they did that non-traditional offense where it was like he hardly had to throw.
That read option and all that.
They did a lot of funny stuff.
Yeah.
And people were like, because it was him or Winston that year. And granted, Winston's no Brady, right? But
he's
a quarterback. He's not Mariota's like a fancy fullback.
He's like a backup quarterback, but he's like the backup. You're like, we're gonna run the ball the rest of the game.
Yeah, the backup.
He's the king. Mariota's the king of like 11 for 22 throwing for like 120 yards
and 2 picks.
It's like, what the? This guy's garbage. And then you watch his film and I realized this about NFL quarterbacks. He doesn't like look at all of his reads down the field.
Right.
He immediately goes to check down. He takes
the first one.
He immediately first guy open, boom, check down.
He's a panic quarterback.
It's like, dude, look at the field. Like,
maybe we'll at some point in the season when we get a little bit deeper, we'll do like a rankings episode and we'll do
quarterbacks.
We'll do different rankings of all sorts of stuff, and we'll have a cringeworthy quarterback list, and he's number 1. Spoiler,
he's
by a mile. Well, no, he's still.
No, Blake Bortles still holds that title.
But he's not playing.
Well, I know he's a backup. But Jesus,
he still qualifies. If you played within the last year, you qualify.
Peterman on the Bills. Oh my God,
that dude would be great as like a placeholder for kickers.
Even then, not even.
You can't find a spot for him on your field.
Hell no. He's the backup for the Raiders. Yeah, he's still on an NFL team.
Imagine getting paid.
That's inspiring.
Imagine getting paid to play football when you can't play football.
No, that's inspiring. Like, even though you suck, like,
wow, there's always a spot for you in the NFL.
There's always a spot for you in the NFL and in the world. And I think this is how we're gonna close out the show.
That's good. That's a good deep. That's
deep. Like, there's always a spot for everybody.
Get in where you fit in, right?
Yep.
Get in where you fit in.
We're gonna end this podcast off. I think we did pretty good.
Shout out to Nathan Peterman.
Oh God.
Shout out
to Peterman, man. Respect, bro.
Shout out to our third stringers out there.
Hey Peterman, if you're listening to this and you want to get a podcast, hook up Strive Network.
Easy.
You think Peterman's show would go hot?
This mic would be on fire.
He'd find a way to throw a pick with this mic. Like this mic, he'd throw it at somebody else. Like, where did our mic go?
You just killed it. We had him, and then you just killed it.
What?
We had him on a show right now. He was saying
Peterman?
Yes, and then
he gets it. He knows it's all fun and jokes, right?
Maybe.
I hope so. Like if you're that bad of a quarterback, you at least better have.
You
a
have
sense of
great
humor.
experience, like life experiences, like a backup quarterback in the NFL. You've seen.
He'll show up to like randomly like talk to some kids, be like, guys, I threw 7 picks in one game one time. Like it's real. I'll show you.
It wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty, but it was funny.
And ever since then,
we need to wrap this up. We went hard, bro. Respect.
We're deep.
We're deep. We rolled deep. We're almost at an hour. It's awesome.
It's just too easy.
You kill time when you're having fun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we'll wrap it up. I had a good time. I thought this was awesome. I hope all you guys listening enjoyed it. You got some value out of this.
And if you're still listening, comment Maroon 5.
Maroon 5? That's the title now?
No, comment Maroon 5 and like our listener check.
Yeah, all right, listener check. Maroon 5.
Maroon 5. Yeah, listen check.
What was our last listener
Bone
check?
in or boneless?
Wings. Yeah. That was interesting.
You went hard on that wing side.
Yeah, nah, I ain't talking about wings this week.
All right, that's it for us.
Cover the Line episode 2 on Strive Network. That's history.
We'll be back next week.
All right, you guys can check this out on SoundCloud and YouTube. It's going to be up on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Peace, guys. See y'all next week.
Thanks, y'all.